Welcome to Raw Sports, guys. My name is Scott Harrigan, and my co-host is Kris Schill.
Hi, everyone.
Today's guest, none other, Gino Odjick. Gino, how you doing, big man? How you doing? Oh, we got you. There you go. There we go. How you doing?
I'm doing good.
Awesome.
Everything.
Yeah, I know. We're gonna dive into all.
Yeah.
We're gonna dive into all of that. But first, what I gotta tell you is Don Gibson and George Gibson say hi. Just I have to get that out of the way. So.
Nice. I said hi too.
I will for sure. They got good memories of you in '93. You're standing at the Christmas tree in the Malahat, and you got a big shiner, and you're arm in arm with Don. They still have that picture, so it's pretty awesome. So what I want to do, I want to just maybe get you to explain, growing up in Quebec, playing hockey and stuff like that. Maybe if you can just kind of tell us how it all kind of started.
Well, we we had a reserve team on the reservation, and I started playing with them, and I played with them all the way through midget, which would be considered about midget C, and from there I went to junior A in Hawkesbury, and from Hawkesbury I went to Laval, and from there I went to the NHL.
Awesome. Good stuff.
Gino, I read somewhere that your dad managed the first team that the first organized team you played for?
Yeah, he coached me all the way through to midget.
Oh, wow.
Joe, right? His name is Joe?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Joe,
Yeah. George was telling me when you and Don, there was practice or some morning skate or something, Joe would say to George, "Come on, Gibby, let's go." They'd go off to the Legion. They'd go, and then everybody, "Hey, how you doing, boy?" He says he has fond memories of that. What I'd like to talk about, Gino, is it's a few things, but certainly Indigenous sports, Indigenous youth sports. I want to dive into that nonsense that happened with Ethan Bear and kind of get your thoughts on that. I mean, I thought we were past all of that. But I was absolutely
disgusted.
Just disgusted and the Ethan Bear and the emails and when Scheifele, that Nick series, when throwing threats out to his parents, obviously there wasn't social media back in those days, but the game has changed so much, and I thought we were past that, but apparently we're not. So can you just touch on kind of
maybe how it was when you were in the league? I know with even the three Nolans, I think people thought we were past that, but we're not. So how was your experience in the league?
I was very lucky. Vancouver is a very multicultural town, and there's lots of First Nations around. So I was very lucky. I never been exposed to it or experienced it. I was really disappointed when it happened with Ethan Bear because he worked so hard to be a role model, and he always gives back to the First Nations youth or any kind of charity, and he's always very involved, and I felt terrible for the kids.
Yeah, I guess the message I want people to hear right now is what are you thinking? Like what is it that what do you got to, I just don't understand the whole concept behind it. They're clearly not fans, right? I'm a Leaf fan, so this is what, year 55?
Sorry for that.
No kidding, right? So this is if anybody should be pissed off, it should be me. This just happens year after year.
Well, you are kind of aggro.
Oh God, yeah. Well, it's just never ends with that team. Unbelievable. But So youth in Indigenous sports, it's come a long way, and certainly different groups and factions, and you see more and more that they're taking it to the next level. Did you have any role models growing up that, besides your dad?
Stan Jonathan was a First Nation
wow.
player who played in Boston.
Yeah.
And he was an enforcer. And
absolutely.
He scored 7 goals one year. So I really modeled my game after him.
Yeah.
I was Stan Jonathan playing ball hockey.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah, he was tough, wasn't he?
That's awesome.
Was he? Yeah, he was definitely. So, like the year you went to Vancouver, you had a good first year, did you not? 16 goal, or what did you get?
93, 94.
I got 7 goals in 45 games.
Yeah.
I think it was my
93, 94.
That I scored 16 goals.
Yeah, 29 points, or
points.
yeah. Who was the captain that year?
Trevor Linden.
Okay, yeah, of course. And
I played mostly with Pavel, so he set me up lots.
Speaking of Pavel,
well, okay.
Scott has a burning question for you.
I do, actually. And I'm not even sure, Gino, where I heard this, but if you can either dispel if it's true or not, whatever. I heard that you wanted to surprise Pavel over in Russia one time. And you went over there and didn't know where he lived. And you went to the KGB.
Yeah, what happened was Fetisov invited me to go over to support Pavel for a game against NHL All-Stars against the Red Army.
Okay.
Oh, wow.
So everything was set up, but Fetisov forgot to send somebody to pick me up at the airport. So I was stuck there for like 2 hours. So finally I said, I got to do something. I jumped in a cab and I told him, take me to the KGB. And within an hour, I found Pavel.
Oh, that's brilliant.
So one of their officers or director or whoever, they took it right to his house?
Yeah.
Oh, that's
No,
awesome.
to the hotel where they were staying.
That is brilliant. That's got to go down as one of the best stories. In those years, who was the guy that chirped them or kept the dressing room loose? Like who was
No.
Was it Jeff?
Yeah, he was a prankster.
Was he? Yeah.
He kept the room together, and he always organized stuff after the practices and on the road. He organized suppers. I'm surprised he's not in hockey. He's really good hockey man.
Well, he's from the islands here where we are. We're shooting right now in Victoria, but he was with the Grizzlies. He was coaching the local junior A team here for a bit, and then I think he still sits on the board of directors. But he is a good man. And the story with him is he was never drafted. He was a walker.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. That's his brother Russ. I think went first overall to the Leafs. That's the Hound line with Clark, Lehman, and Courtnall.
Poor guy drafted by the Leafs.
I know, right? But no. It's not even, I don't want to even go there, Kris. Like seriously. But I think being that Kris is a massive Hab fan like yourself, why don't I'll let you guys talk about this run that they're on. Is this 93 all over again? Are they lucky to get by? Is it price?
It's something special. It's a team playing as a unit. You watch them on the bench. You see Corey Perry mentoring the young guys, and they listen. There's nobody who's trying to be above anybody. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. What do you see there, Gino?
Yeah, I think they really come together as a team, and Mark Bergevin did a good job of bringing in veterans that have won in the past, and
he really has, actually.
young players that are making an impact. And you just come together at the right time, and they're in tough against Tampa, but you never know, and that's why they play the game.
Well, that's
so I hope they win the cup, that's for sure.
Hopefully, for sure. So you played a few years in Montreal, and it's kind of, being from Quebec. How was that for you? It must have been kind of special.
Yeah, we made the playoffs there when I was there, so the whole city goes crazy. And
we saw that.
It's amazing. It's real fun to be part of it.
What do you think of Mr. Carey Price right now?
Yeah, he's awesome. He's playing really good, and hopefully he's got 4 more wins in him.
I sure hope he does, and he's an incredible role model and just a really stand-up human being.
There's always this calmness about nothing seems to rattle this guy ever, It just and I'm told he's a tough bugger too. Like if he had to throw the hands, he could throw.
But he just never
he can't get under his skin. It's just now you had Kirk McLean And he was kind of, he was more vocal, right?
No, he wasn't. He was really
calm too.
Really quiet and focused, and his nickname was Weird. So
and he wasn't a goalie?
No, he's yeah. Well, I'm a former goalie myself.
Well, that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah. Did you have any superstitions?
I used to tie my right skate first and left, put on my left pad first and left, right everything first.
Okay.
That's awesome.
That's great.
I have a question. The other night I actually watched Ice Guardians, and you were involved in that project a little bit. Can you tell me about that? Can you tell me how the game's changed, what you feel about the enforcer's role back then as opposed to what's going on now?
Yeah, I think the enforcer role is basically almost evaporated. Yeah. They really, there's just the referees call everything nowadays. When I played, you had no choice because a player would hit a star and the referee wouldn't call it. They wouldn't call it. They wouldn't call it, so you had to go out there and protect the stars.
So now do you think, like, Sid Crosby, for example, has suffered a lot of concussions due to, you know...
They didn't really carry an enforcer at that time when he got hurt.
Yeah.
But nowadays, as soon as you touch somebody, it's a penalty.
Yeah.
Maybe not as much in the playoffs, but during the regular season, as soon as you touch somebody, it's a penalty. So there's really no room for an enforcer.
Well, when they put the instigator rule in, I think that's when that started changing everything.
And I think that made, you know, guys would go out and now they, you know, there's a lot of cheap shotting. There's nobody to protect.
Well, there's more. What I noticed is there's more hits to the head with sticks and stuff like that. You know what I mean? So all of that, there was a. Is there a code still in the game? Like there was a code when you played.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah,
there's nobody left. I mean, they got Lucic in Calgary.
Yeah,
and who's that?
Yeah.
Reeve and
Reeve. Yeah, Martin and the Islanders.
And they got one guy in Edmonton. He used to play for Vancouver. What's his name again?
I don't know.
He came from Vancouver.
But do you think that it's going to? Do you think that it's going to come back in? Because there was teams that took you don't think you'll ever see the enforcer again?
No.
Really?
It's going. I mean, they don't even fight in junior anymore.
Yeah, that's true.
I think that's tough because I think there's a lot of really bad injuries now from cheap shots. Whereas when it was it feels like when there was an enforcer, there were less of those types of injuries.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
What's it like? As just a fan, that's somebody that's never played at that level. Everybody talks about the difference between regular season and playoffs, and as a former player who's gone almost the complete distance, what is there a difference? Are we just seeing stuff, or do they ramp it up more in the playoffs?
Oh yeah,
yeah.
Guys step it up in the playoffs. Every shift is important. A block shot is huge. Somebody blocking a shot or somebody getting a big hit. Everything is huge. Everything is really watched for, and it makes a big team. It makes a big difference with the team.
Yeah, so it is, because it is noticeable.
And I have to say, I yell at the TV constantly at the Habs players, block that shot, block that shot. Like it's such a big deal, right?
What do you think of that Caulfield kid?
Oh, he's
really good.
Do you know that 14 teams?
5'7".
Oh, I know. I know. You know that 14 teams passed on him before?
Well, thank goodness for that.
How does that happen?
I have to say, okay, so when you played, would a guy at 5'7" have made it in the league the way this kid?
It was all 5'7" back when I played.
Were they all?
Well, we had Theo Fleury.
Yeah, I guess Fleury was pretty small.
That in Buffalo, that were small guys.
And who's that other guy you had on the Canucks there? He does the Heroes of Hockey.
Fred Ronning.
Fred Ronning. Like, what's he? He can't be 5'8",
5'7", 5'8".
Yeah, exactly.
Like, I know there's a lot of bigger guys now, but I just thought even back then they were all around
big
6.
now.
Yeah.
There was no such thing as a 6'5" goalie.
No.
Like, it just didn't happen, right?
Yeah.
So they're all 6'5".
Yeah, yeah, 6'5", 210, 215, cut. Yeah, no, I wouldn't make it today. I wouldn't make it. I didn't make it then. No. Now, how you feeling? You went through a bit of a scare, a battle. Came out the other end. How you feeling these days?
I just finished my chemotherapy. I did it for 9 months, and I got checked out July 28th.
Oh, wow.
We'll see then if I'm in remission or not, but I feel good. You know, cancer's a funny thing. You don't feel it. It's just there. But health-wise, I feel good, and we'll see how it goes.
Yeah, well, definitely I'll keep in touch, and I'll text you sometime in August to find out how those testing nuts went.
Yeah.
But now, what do you I've always wondered this. Like, have you ever seen the movie Liar Liar with
No.
Jim Carrey? Okay, well, the premise of it is that he's a defense attorney who can't lie. Something happened to him and he can't lie. And I always wondered, like, when you're getting interviewed after a game and stuff, it's kind of all rehearsed answers. You can't really tell the guy, right? And inside the dressing room, that is your area, correct? Like, whatever happens in that room
stays in the room,
right? And have you ever wanted, like, been in a situation where it was just the stupidest question that you got asked, and you were like, "Oh, buddy, I wish I could just say this." Like, you're like where you couldn't lie at that time and just let it go. Like, have you ever been in a situation like that?
Well, we're lucky, and I played in Canada most of my career, so the Canadian reporters usually know the game pretty good.
Yeah, that's true.
But, when you're on the American side, sometimes you get some questions that where did that come from?
with the trailing puck.
Yeah, oh yeah.
The blazing puck.
So on the road, what was your favorite place to play on the road?
Ooh.
Los Angeles.
Oh yeah.
Oh.
Okay. And was that because of the restaurants, or just the weather, or the chicks?
The beautiful women.
There you go, buddy. I knew that was coming up.
I knew that was coming up, and I know that's why you asked that question as well.
What about restaurants like Chicago or something like that? That must have been a fun city to play in.
Yeah, Chicago was good. They had a really good Greek town.
Oh.
And Chris Kilios had a restaurant there that was really good.
Okay.
So we'd go there all the time, and Dallas had some really good restaurants too.
Oh, steaks and stuff like that. Everything's big there, I suppose. Right?
Yeah.
I have a question about, I was watching some old footage of you, and there was an incident where you kind of took on the whole St. Louis Blues team, and I think it's my favorite moment of yours. Can you tell us a bit about that?
Yeah, what happened the game before, Glenn Anderson speared Pavel in the eye and fell him for a few stitches, and we were losing 8-2 to St. Louis, and the goalie got the puck, and Anderson speared the goalie, so that was the end of it.
It was incredible. Like, your jersey was over your head, and you got out of it, and then it was like game on.
Yeah. What was it like playing for Pat Quinn?
That was amazing. You know, everybody that got dressed had a chance to do something and, get a big hit or score a goal. But you had an opportunity. You know, you get some coaches, they play some guys 4 or 5 minutes a night, and you can't do anything when you're playing 4 or 5 minutes a night. You don't even break a sweat.
Yeah.
But with Pat Quinn, everybody got at least 10 or 11 minutes, and everybody got a chance to do something special every night.
He really was a great man, though, wasn't he? Like, he really, like, he was bigger than life.
He didn't want, like, just a one-dimensional enforcer. He wanted you to play and
exactly
to contribute and to be a leader, and he was really good that way.
Yeah. He'll be missed for sure. Do you see that? Do you see the the trend now seems to be like the old-time coaches are kind of getting phased out because the younger, like, I don't know if this is correct or not, but you can't talk to these kids like the boys did before. Like, you got to kind of almost,
like the Toronto situation, basically.
Why are you mentioning the Toronto
Well, just
situation?
because I know you like when I bring it up. But that's...
Are these kids having to be coddled more? Does the coach have to change?
Yeah, I mean, Travis Green was saying you can't scream at them and you can't just yell at them without a reason or an explanation. You got to send them an email and you got to explain everything to them, and that's just the way it is nowadays.
Really?
They want that explanation. Before, when I played, this is what you're going to do, and if you don't do it, you're not going to play.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Like nowadays, it's different. The world's changed. It's gotten softer.
Yeah, absolutely. 100%.
Did you respect those coaches, the tough coaches? Because I feel like whenever I had a tough coach, I respected that coach more.
Yeah, certainly. I respected the coaches I played for.
Yeah,
absolutely.
I mean, Keenan pulling the goalie all the time and stuff like that. And even Torts.
I love Torts. I'm sorry.
I don't hate him for sure. I think he comes across and. Could you play for a guy like Torts?
No.
That's awesome. Good stuff. Well, Gino, listen.
I have one quick question.
Okay, absolutely.
I just want to know. You seem to you had a very close relationship with Pavel Bure. Can you maybe expand on that a little bit?
Yeah, I think we came together in Vancouver at the same time at a young age, and we were both young, and we were probably the only single guys on the team.
So you're having fun in Los Angeles.
Yeah. We really got along good together from the beginning, and we played a game, and somebody hit him, and I went over and beat the guy up, and from then on, he was my best friend.
I love it. That's how it was back then.
Yeah. Are you still close with him today?
Yeah, we speak. He's doing good.
Good stuff. Awesome. Well, listen, Gino, I can't thank you enough, my man, for doing this little show here, and I just wish you nothing but the best, and I hope we get a chance to chat soon, and I will definitely get a hold of you to find out how your test results at the end of July.
Okay.
That's great.
Thank you, Gino. Thank you.
Good luck with the podcast.
Thanks, Gino.
Okay,
Take care.
Bye-bye.
Well, that's it. First episode out of the way. None other than
Go
Gino
Habs,
Odjick.
go.
Yeah, let's go, Habs, go. Just so you know, that little riff that we're listening to right now was
Thank
written...
you, Jesse Roper.
Thank you, Jesse Roper. That's right. So with that, Kris.
Signing out.
Signing out. Good night.